NBC 15 News, The Morning Show, starts now.
Coming up on The Morning Show, we're tracking freezing rain across the northern part of our viewing area and locally heavy rainfall over the southern part of our viewing area. I'll have more on that coming up.
Plus, Wisconsinites are set to head to the polls today for primary elections. We've got voting times and what you need to know to cast your vote.
But first, so we begin with school closings and delays we'd like to bring to your attention. Several school districts north of Dane County are either closed or on a 2-hour delay. The closures include Lodi, Portage, Baraboo schools. We have that list scrolling right now on the bottom of your screen, or you can also head to NBC15.com. Well, good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, February the 20th at 6:30 in the morning. We begin with winter weather team coverage. While roads remain slippery, another concern is flooding to the south of us. So let's go straight to Callie Greenberg now live in Rock County.
Hannah Christine, good morning. Right now we're on Rugers Ave. It's just down the street from I-90 here in Janesville, and you can see here the road is closed. We have noticed some people bypassing this road closed sign, but it's closed because there's flooding down the street from the rain that we've been getting overnight. Heavier rain this morning. In fact, as we drove into Janesville, we took some of the side roads and you did see flooding. There was also extremely low visibility, a lot of fog in those areas. We thought about showing you those, but we thought pulling over and setting up a live shot might have been a hazard to drivers. So that's why we're here in downtown where roads seem to be doing okay. This Rugers Ave right here, this is the first road we've seen with flooding that has been closed, but definitely those outside streets, more rural streets, have larger puddles and low visibility. So avoid those if possible.
And we also have some river flooding taking place, though it is minor. The East Branch of the Pecatonica, the Rock River, the Sugar River, all at least locally showing some flooding, though, again, it is minor at this point. We'll keep a close eye on that. As we take a look at the current radar screen, you can see freezing rain to the north, just good old-fashioned rain over southern Wisconsin, but we've had quite a bit of it in some spots in excess of 2 inches of rainfall overnight. Trace to 15/100ths of an inch of additional icing is expected north of Madison early this morning, up to an inch of additional rainfall over the far southern part of the state. And visibility has been reduced as well. We do have flood warnings in effect where you see the lighter green. We also have a dense fog advisory in effect until 8 a.m. for a good portion of southern Wisconsin. And to top it all off, a winter weather advisory to the north of here. We'll talk about each of those in more detail coming up. Hannah?
Charlie, thank you. I've been calling around this morning to different areas of the state. There is an improvement in our area, in the Madison area, with good driving conditions showing on the winter weather map for the DOT. However, near Viroqua, there is a stretch that indicates travel is not advised on 14. In northern Wisconsin, still very icy to Eau Claire right now. That's exactly where it is also icy. They got some snow there, but at this hour they're dealing with freezing drizzle. This morning we are also monitoring flights out of Dane County Regional Airport. I can see there on the screen there, that's an up-to-the-minute list of flights. All flights are on time out of the Dane County Regional Airport. Only one cancellation in the General Mitchell Airport in Milwaukee. That is an American Airlines flight to Dallas. I've also been monitoring power outages too this morning in our area. At this hour, everyone is restored. In the last half hour, there were about 30 people impacted, so good news to report there.
Hannah, thank you. That is some very good news. A man is dead after he was hit by a driver leaving a parking garage in Madison. It happened on North Fairchild Street just before 11 last night. Police say the 53-year-old man with ties to the Madison area was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say the 30-year-old driver is cooperating with authorities and he was released from the scene. A statewide election today will narrow the field in the state Supreme Court race from 3 candidates to 2. Milwaukee County Judge Rebecca Dallett, Sauk County Judge Michael Skrenok, and Madison Attorney Tim Burns are all vying for a seat on the state's highest court. The 2 candidates who get the most votes in today's primary will then advance to the April 3rd general election. Polls will open in under a half hour this morning. That's at 7 o'clock. They close at 8 o'clock tonight. And by the way, if you get in line by 8 o'clock tonight, you will be able to vote. Wisconsin law, just remember, We require voters to show a valid driver's license or state photo ID now. Military ID cards and U.S. passports are also accepted.
Nearly 50 schools either have cancellations or delays. That list has been growing throughout the morning.
And Charlie, we're really seeing it to the north of Dane County. You were talking about it didn't take a whole lot of rain to make those roads treacherous.
Right, very few that are open. Maybe we should be scrolling the schools that are open north of Madison, because there aren't many of them. As you can see, we do have a flood warning in effect for far southern and southeastern Wisconsin. Portions of Lafayette, Green Rock, Dane, Jefferson, and Walworth County included in that flood warning, where in excess of 2 inches of rain has fallen over the past 24 hours. Coupled with melting snow. These darker greens are areas that are under a flood watch. Still, the potential of flooding taking place there as well. Here are those big rain totals. We've had some thunderstorms pass by late yesterday and overnight. And you can see these embedded lighter blue areas. Those indicate areas that have received in excess of 2 inches of rainfall. So there has been a lot of rain, but you couple that with melting snow, that's a lot of water, and frozen ground does not absorb that water, so it either flows or it stands there. And in both cases, it can lead to flooding. As I mentioned before, we have some river flooding taking place, Pecatonica, Sugar, Rock River in far southern Wisconsin, and also standing water on some of the roadways with some closures being reported. To the north, it's a different story. It's freezing rain. There's not going to be a whole lot more of it, but it doesn't take a whole lot of freezing rain to lead to slippery conditions, and many of the roads are ice covered to the north of the Wisconsin River, the Dane-Columbia County line, the Jefferson-Dodge County line. That's where we've seen 5/100ths to 15/100ths of an inch of ice. There's a slight chance we could see a little bit south of that area. It would be probably early evening, maybe a touch of freezing drizzle on the very back end of this. I don't think there will be much of that. And again, there's only a slight chance. Much bigger issues, though, north. Dense fog advisory also in place until 8 a.m. Although the visibility seems to be improving, everyone's in excess of a mile. Just about 2 hours ago, we had several spots down near zero on the visibility, so some improvement there as well. Over the past 6 hours, we've seen our second surge of moisture move in. That has been freezing rain to the north of here, to the south, just rain. But either way, quite a bit of both of them, and they are starting to move out now. Southwest part of the state breaking out of the precipitation, though there is some straggler rain and freezing rain back across on the other side of the Mississippi that will be working its way through. We'll just see occasional showers after about 8 a.m., and a lot of that will move out early this evening. We'll have clouds through midnight, and then the clouds will break. That'll leave us with lots of sunshine for tomorrow, and through the day we will have a lot of sun. Unfortunately, it's going to be a bit cooler tomorrow. Starting off on a pretty mild note, although right around freezing to the north of here, and this is where we're seeing that freezing rain problem. To the south, temperatures are considerably milder. Look at Milwaukee at 50 degrees right now. That's pretty nice. It's warmer in Chicago, though, close to 60. Both Chicago and Peoria. South Bend has 60 degrees. Wind chills are in the 20s to the west of here. Looks like we'll have a 28-degree high tomorrow after today's 38. Continued mild into the weekend and the first part of next week. Temperatures will be in the low 40s for highs by the weekend. Christine?
Thank you, Charlie. Once again, we turn our focus to Rock County. Officials in the area are monitoring flooding after all of the rain we received overnight and this morning.
Yes, NBC 15's Callie Greenberg live in Rock County, monitoring it all this morning for you. Callie, we know a couple roads are closed there.
Including this one right here. We're on Rugers Avenue, and you can see the road closed sign right here. We have seen several cars bypass this road closed sign. Just ignore it. And I guess my word to that is it only takes a few inches of flooding for it to carry your car. So they say, you know, avoid those flooded areas if possible. Down the way here, that's where that road is flooded from the rain that's been off and on. And like flooding, it can appear really quickly and it can disappear really quickly as well. So some of the roads that were closed are less flooded now. Others are seeing water, but you can definitely see between the rainfall, the melting of the snow, there's a lot of water here in Janesville, as well as low visibility. We were driving on some of the outer roads here in Janesville, and visibility was low, especially with that water on the ground. You're going to want to be going slow, just in case you can't see someone in front of you. But in downtown Janesville, Rugers Avenue here. This appears to be one of the only streets that we found that was closed at this time, and we're saying avoid the area. That's why this road closed sign is here, but we'll continue to monitor roads throughout the morning.
Callie, thank you.
Yes, weather's just creating a bunch of troubles and delays all over this morning. This just in from SSM Health. There are clinic opening delays until 10 this morning in Baraboo, Portage, Lake Delton, Reedsburg, Wisconsin Dells, of course, because of the weather.
We're really seeing that to the north of Dane County, that ice. Coming up next on The Morning Show, a popular restaurant on Madison's far west side is closing this Friday. We're going to tell you what happened next.
Plus, a new scam just detected this month has the IRS with a big warning for you this morning.